Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you aboard. We kindly ask that you fasten your seatbelt.
And eat your fucking nuts. This is Confessions on the Fly with
LJ
and Flight Attendant Joe. How are you doing?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
I'm so excited you're here.
Oh my God, I'm so excited you're here.
Oh, thanks.
Well, I was going to do it by myself today.
You were on one earlier. I was like, okay.
I figured, well, her name's on the thing.
Why
so
not?
I might as well just have her here. So, but what's going on?
I've been flying a lot. How about you?
I flew 10 days in a row.
Oh, God.
And
How do you feel about that?
well, I go through stages. Like
Okay.
for the first couple days, I'm like, oh my God, I love this. This is so much fun. I'm having a great time. By the middle, I'm like, I'm going to fucking kill somebody.
I'm gonna die.
And by the end, I'm like, I'm going to fucking kill somebody. I just don't know who it's going to be.
That's 2 already.
2 fucks already? Oh,
3.
that was 3.
Okay,
So, yeah. So I don't think I can do that. But actually, I'm scheduled again soon for 13 days in a row.
Oh.
Which I don't know if that's good.
I cannot wait for those Marco Polos that I'm going to get from you.
Well, I feel like, well, because
If anybody knows with the Marco Polo app, it's like you leave each other like little video messages.
Right.
And
Yes.
that's how we stay in contact.
And when our
constantly.
friendship's over, I'm selling all those because constantly you're like, I'm sorry about my boobs. I'm sorry. Like,
I'm sorry I'm wearing the same t-shirt for like a week and a half straight.
I'm sorry that my top is off. And I'm always like, I can barely function.
Well, that's what you get.
And
You have
then
a little
I
sister.
watch them. The moment you said that, I was literally going to say, I watch them over and over and go through a roll of paper towel.
Oh, God.
Now I feel like a disgusting human being. So
Oh my
thanks
God.
for that.
You're welcome.
Predator Joe. So,
Oh, God.
So-
yeah, 13 days in a row is way too much. I can't do
I
that.
don't think I've ever done it before, but this time, like 10 days was a lot. Like,
Yeah.
and then on the last leg of the last day, so 10
lost
days.
it.
The last day was 4 flights,
Jesus.
and then on the last one, we were delayed.
Of course you are. Of course you're delayed.
And I was literally
Shocking.
like, I
Don't
will go
even.
crazy.
Yeah, you will lose.
Yeah, I was going to go crazy.
Yeah.
But I was working with this amazing flight attendant. She was
Don't
a
make
little
me
bit
jealous.
older than me. And she was a sassy flight attendant. And I would make her laugh. And she would always say, "Child, you are too much for me." And I was like, "Girl, I'm too much for everybody."
You're too much for everybody.
But
Let's
she
be
was,
honest.
she kept me alive through that whole
That's
thing.
good. I'm a big fan of like 3-day trips. That's my like money.
And then you need a day off.
And then I need a day off.
Right.
I don't like to work.
Yeah, I don't like to work either. But I work 10 days in a row, and then I'm off for 2.5 weeks.
Exactly.
So I think of it like anal. You got to push through it, and then when it's done, you're fine.
Jesus.
You're like, oh, it hurts. It's painful. It's awful. This is the worst thing that's ever happened. Oh, it's done. Okay,
I have no gauge on that, so I can't really participate in that conversation.
So you've never, ever had anal?
No.
You know, you say that to me, and I just feel like you're lying.
No, this is my thought process on that. If you really want to know, I need a very nice ring, and then
To
you
go
can put
in
it,
your butt?
No.
Because it usually goes around the other man's part.
No. If
You
I'm
can't even
married,
speak.
I can't even speak. I'm so flustered.
It's amazing.
No, if I'm married, you could stick it in my butt. Like
Really?
to you, my husband could stick it in my butt. But
So
like,
if you got okay, what if you're engaged?
no, I want to get married, and you can stick it in my butt.
So the night you get I wonder how many
No, I'm not
other
doing
women...
anal on my wedding night. Like I'm not doing anal on my
This
wedding
is why
night.
you're not married. You
What?
have a lot of stipulations for anal. And guys want to hear you say, "Oh my God, you bought me a glass of wine?" Anal. I bet you every straight man
Out of
that's
the country, anal.
Every straight man that's listening to this right now is like, "Oh my God, it's like Joe is speaking my language."
Is that what it is?
Because yeah. I ask my straight friends, I'm like, what is it about anal?
I'm not like doing anal on a third date, okay? Like it's not gonna happen.
No, it should be done on the first. That's what I love. I love that
My laugh?
Yeah,
Oh,
I just love
can't
when you
even.
laugh at me. But
No.
But yeah, okay. So I don't know how we went from working 10 days to
Yeah.
anal.
No, I don't want to. No.
But if I'm going to talk about something, it's going to be anal.
There you go.
But so you work 3 days.
I work 3 days. That's like my happy place. I like
Right.
doing 4-day trips too, depending on where I'm laying over.
Okay.
But you know me, I don't really work a ton. I like
Right.
it's my fun time, and it's like socializing with other human beings who are not in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
And like that's what I really enjoy about it. And
Right.
I find flight attendant people really as like good humans. So that's what like I like 3-day people.
See, I don't like flight attendants.
Oh, I like them because they're nuts.
I like pilots.
But they're kind of, can I tell you about, oh my God, I worked with the hottest FO.
Please do tell.
Oh dear God.
Please tell.
Why are all the hot ones from Boston too? They have like dirty Boston accents and he looked like he had like an Anchorman mustache, but I was just like, God,
maybe he's listening in.
God, you're pretty.
Did he sound like he talked with a mouthful of marbles and then he just got through the 7th grade but learned how to fly airplanes?
So hot.
Oh my! Were you wet?
Oh yeah.
On the airplane?
So hot. We were delayed, so we had like time to talk, and I wasn't giving him the time of day because like I was working with 2 other flight attendants who were older than me. And they were like falling all over him, and I was like, I'm not playing this game, please. He can come to me if he wants to talk to me.
Did he come?
Of course. And we
you?
chatted.
Oh.
He was really, really pretty.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
He's so hot.
I'm gonna need to see a picture.
But like dirty, but he's like he's pilots don't have the best reputation. I'm sure he has a wife and a mistress and somebody living on a boat.
And
you know
then
what
a
I
flight
mean?
attendant.
And then a flight attendant. He's doing it every other port.
Yes.
Get it? Did I say F?
No, I did.
Oh, you did.
Okay. But that's what's happening. No,
But there's something about that dirty Boston accent. You're pretty.
I think in Boston you have hot guys who are alcoholics.
Sure.
So it's exciting.
They can drink. I've dated. I guess you can call that dating. Whatever. So this is way off topic.
We're not even talking
about flight attendants right now. We're just talking about life. But
I love it.
I literally talk about if I'm dating somebody, that means I'm having sex with them. So like that's how I equate dating. Like if I'm hanging out with somebody, we're not having sex. We're just friends. Like whatever. But if I'm dating somebody, we're having sex. Whether it's casual or serious or whatever, dating is P to V contact in my book.
Oh, okay.
So that's where I'm coming with that.
that.
So like I've dated, quote unquote, 2 Boston guys from Boston.
Okay.
And they're nice.
I always think of guys from Boston slapping you in the face with their penises. That just, like if you said they're from Boston, I say they probably smack you in the face with their peen.
That didn't happen from what I remember.
You remember. You just don't want to say anything. But listen, now that we've talked about penis and anal.
This is so off topic.
Oh my God. But no, I want to read to you. So, I'm obsessed with reviews for my books.
Uh-huh.
And I go on Amazon and I'm always checking reviews because I just have this thing about I want to know what people think about what I write. So I got this review that I want to read to you from this woman, and I want to get
This is the new book.
This is my new book, Flight Attendant Joe. Okay. It says 1 star, which kind of like stabs me in the heart.
Yeah.
Disgusting! Exclamation mark. Foul language was used as a substitute. I can't even spit it out. I'm so upset. Foul language was used as a substitute for humor. That's not it. We're not done. Disgusting. She says it again. Exclamation mark. Oh, listen. I'm reading the same thing over and over again.
How much whiskey have you had?
I've had a couple sips. Foul language was used as a substitute for she didn't say humor. I made that up. Foul language was used as a substitute for a diverse descriptive vocabulary. It reminds me of teen boys trying out vulgar language just to be provocative, not humorous. Really? I was so excited because she compared me to a teenager.
What?
I was like,
you were like, God. Yay, I'm compared to a teenage boy.
Oh my God.
I get compared to a teenage boy.
But I've become very desensitized to
reviews
and people being trolls online.
Well, everybody's a hateful, angry troll online, I feel like.
Well, I feel like in my books, I always tell you right up front, like,
hi.
I'm a disgusting pig.
I'm a disgusting pig.
This is
I tell dick jokes and talk about
right.
annoying people on an airplane.
Right. Like I even say
you don't even shy away from that at all.
Well, I feel like that. So I just find like out of all the reviews I have for my second book, that's the only bad one.
Uh-huh.
So I have to cut her some slack. Maybe she's older, she doesn't get any dick.
Maybe.
And that just thought of reading a dick joke sends her to some place that she shouldn't go.
Maybe she waited for anal for a ring.
And she's still waiting.
She's still waiting.
Because you shouldn't wait for an anal ring. That sounds an anal ring. I think that's actually all right.
I'm gonna reconsider the whole anal thing. At
Oh my
this
God!
point.
Does that mean you're gonna have?
No.
Oh.
Take a breath. Can we get to the questions for the day?
I thought I just changed your entire life.
No. Well.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I'm such a disgusting pig who acts like a teenager.
What are we talking about today?
Today is actually, ladies and gentlemen, our Q&A episode with LJ and Flight Attendant Joe.
I love Q&A episodes.
Oh my God,
they're
so exciting. So we're going to pick 2 questions. So we had a bunch of people, a bunch of followers and fans write in some questions that they would ask their flight attendants. So we're each going to read one like we've done before. We've done this before.
You read them.
You know exactly what we're doing, people. I'm taking a sip of whiskey because that's what we do. So let me pick one. Let me pick one.
Go.
Oh, okay. This is great. This question is from Coco. First of all, love it.
I love you, Coco.
Have you ever spit in an annoying passenger's drink?
Do you want me to go first or you go first?
Please.
What do you think the answer is with me? Come on. Of course I have not.
Well, I thought that was an interesting question because I thought, oh my God, Coco, what have you done?
What have you done?
Coco, if you're listening to this, you are a dirty bird, and I know it.
Dirty.
Now,
well, first of all, I've never. I don't think there's not a way for me to spit into somebody's drink. I have a cart. I'm handing you a drink. I'm like, hold on, let me, and hand you a drink because you're a dick. Hold on, let me add a little special sauce to that.
Oh my God.
And then hand it to them?
Because you just came out of the flight deck visiting
that
hot first officer from Boston. So you're like, oh, I got something for you.
He's so pretty.
Ugh. We should have him on as a guest star.
Yeah, great. Do you have a mop with you? I'm gonna
I'll bring a wet nut. You won't even be able to speak. All they're going to hear for the whole episode will be... Ladies and gentlemen, it just keeps coming out.
It's like a slip and slide in here.
God.
I can't. Okay, moving on.
All right.
I've never spit in anyone's drink because I can't. I have a cart.
Well,
I'm
because you're
here.
a good person.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not an asshole. I try not to be a dick. Let's be honest.
I've never spit in anyone's drink, but...
Oh, dear God. No, you have not.
I haven't done anything like that. When I was 16 and I worked for McDonald's, I have a short little story for you. So I was 16 years old. We worked for McDonald's, and the woman came through drive-thru. This is in Kissimmee, Florida, ladies and gentlemen. If you live there, don't eat at McDonald's. I could probably get in trouble for that, but whatever. So that was my Kathy Griffin moment. So this woman came through drive-thru, and she gave her order, and she was a complete bitch. And back in the day, this was in the this was in the late 80s. Oh my God, I'm so old. Thanks. Late at night, there would be one drive-thru person, one grill person, and a manager. And then the manager usually was working in the grill. Whatever. It was a long time ago. But short end of the story is this woman was awful, and somebody was like, this lady's a bitch. And the person in the grill spit in her cheeseburger, and then somebody handed it out. I'm not going to say if I handed it out, but I was 16. So, yeah. She got a mouthful of...
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Hey, that was 30 years ago. So you can't hold me accountable. And it wasn't my saliva.
The statute of limitations off on that?
I may have handed it out.
Okay, Bill Cosby.
Well, I didn't drug her for sex. I just handed out a spit burger.
Oh my God, that is so gross.
I think she deserved it.
Oh my God, you're a jerk.
I was 16 years old. It's not like I masturbated in a cheeseburger. Oh, that would have been a Big Mac. Is that
gross.
Big Mac sauce?
Do you
think we just lost 10 followers? Readers. Oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
No.
It's cute.
Or
my mom being like, I can't wait to watch your podcast on TV. Mom, it's not on TV.
Oh, well, when she heard this conversation, she's probably
gonna
took
turn
you
it
out
off.
of the will.
Sorry, Dottie.
But put me in the will instead.
So no, that's fine. So no, I've never spat in somebody's drink.
I love that you said spat.
I never spat. What was I should say?
No, it's okay.
Spit?
I've just
never spat.
No, I like
in
it.
somebody's drink.
Okay, you go with a question.
No,
now.
what am I doing?
You're killing me. Pick a question.
How about Linda? Linda
from we don't know where, but welcome.
Welcome, Linda. What are the 3 stupidest, most annoying questions you have ever been asked by a passenger?
Is that one? No, I'm kidding, Linda. Stop it.
Sorry,
Don't get crazy.
Linda. I'm sorry, Linda. Is this your normal route? Is my least favorite question.
Oh, really? Do you get that a lot?
I get it so much. I was like, no, it's not like a TV show. We don't go to LA to Vegas every day. Like,
Oh, you
20
love
more.
bringing them up.
I'm not bitter.
No,
It's
not
fine.
at all.
It's cool. Whatever.
Do you get that a lot?
I do.
I don't get that
I think
as
people
much.
are trying to make conversation
Yes.
with me, and I get that. But I'm not going to explain pairings and like how that works, and so it's like if I just say no, it just sounds weird. And if I say yes, then I'm like, I don't lie. You know that. Like,
Right,
I'm not
You're a good human.
It's annoying.
Yes, you should lie more. I'm the worst person. Just lie more. You'll feel better.
Terrible.
Yes, I'm a
Probably
horrible
should.
human being.
Oh, I do in bed.
Do you think
It
they
was
ask
so
you?
good. I came 4 times. No.
I
I'm drinking some of it.
I don't. Yeah, you should drink some whiskey and some holy water, because you're a train wreck. How disgusting! I'm the filthy pig on this show. But continue with. Do you think people? She can barely talk.
Barely talk.
Do you think people ask you that just because they're striking up conversation?
I think
Do you
it
get it in the
is.
galley?
It is. It's people who are trying to have like a conversation, or if I'm deadheading and I'm sitting in a seat, people are like don't know how to react to you like in a uniform in a normal seat. So I usually just have headphones on and I'm trying to like do work or whatever.
Have you ever had somebody sitting next to you while you're like deadheading or
and
commuting?
be like, can you help me with my bag,
Or can you get me a
absolutely
Coke?
Yeah.
I had somebody ask me to get up and get them a bag of nuts
Yeah.
once, and
Yeah.
I went, ha! And then I went back to what I was doing.
Yeah.
I could have probably got in trouble because I was in uniform, but
Oh.
I'm like, I'm in the window seat.
Yeah. I've had that too. Well, I sit on the aisle always
Okay.
because I'm claustrophobic.
All right.
So a lot of time people are like, help me with the bag, or whatever.
Okay.
And then they see that I'm not and then eventually they'll see that I'm not working the flight. I mean, I will help when I can.
Sure.
But
'Cause
there's
you're-
other things that I won't do.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people start handing me trash, I'm like, no.
While you're sitting
While I'm
in a
sitting
seat.
in a normal
Right.
seat. It's very bizarre. I feel like, no.
I feel like people on an airplane are so detached from reality
Yes.
for some reason that makes sense to them. Like, oh, you're in a uniform.
Yeah.
My brain can only compute to hand
Yeah.
you my trash.
Yeah. Or like if you walk, like once in a while I'll walk into Target in my uniform
Okay.
before I go to the airport because
Right.
it's there's a Target that's right close, and I'll grab like a coffee or whatever to go, or like a Starbucks to go. And people I'm clearly not in a Target uniform, but they
Right.
just see a uniform and they're coming
Right.
to ask you for help.
Can you help me with
Yeah,
these
can you help me with this?
electronics?
I'm sure there's a Target person. Let's find you a Target person or whatever.
That
Which is
bothers
weird.
me.
But I think it's just people trying to strike up conversation in terms
Right.
of like, is this your normal route, or like, do you have to go right back, or you know what I mean?
Because I think in the 60s,
Yeah.
like when you flew for Pan Am, you flew, I do the Paris route.
Right.
I do the London route.
There you go.
Well, this is 2018 and we're domestic flight attendants.
and I
so-
work 14 hours a day.
Yeah, I'm going to Cleveland. But Cleveland's
I'm
fine.
going 5 places before
Right,
I get
there's
to
no
a
route.
hotel room and a bed.
Exactly.
You know.
I think what are the 3? Okay, I think the stupidest question I get is, do you know where we're flying over?
Oh my God.
Do you know what that is? I'm like, it looks like the planet Earth.
I can't see a window.
Do you get that?
Yeah, that's
I
happened
hate,
today.
like I'll be like collecting trash and they'll be like, do you know what that is? And I'll be like, I'm sorry, I'm not outside.
I'm like,
no,
I'm
I
sure
don't.
there's a map. You could look where you are. Yeah,
I
there's a
just say,
map.
oh, no, I don't. And then because I'm like, what?
No.
Like, is it my job to know? It's Nebraska. It's a
Yeah.
flyover.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. There's nothing I have friends in Nebraska, but really there's nothing in Nebraska.
There you go.
So it's like, yeah, don't worry. But I hate that question. And I always smile and I say, oh, no, I don't. I don't
That's
know
cute.
where I don't
No,
know
I don't
we
know
are.
where I am.
We're 2.5 hours in.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah. I always say that there's a map.
There's a map.
There's a map that you
There's
can,
a map.
you know.
You can pay for Wi-Fi.
Pay for Wi-Fi.
And you can get on
Mhm.
and you can see where we are.
Exactly where you are.
I mean,
or
I have to
whatever.
bring a Diet Coke to the lady in 17B.
Yeah. I always say I'm not allowed outside of this metal tube. That's
Well,
I try to
it's
use
fine.
I
Oh,
try to
you're
use humor
cute.
to kind of be
But we've
kitschy
talked
with
about
them.
that in the past.
Yeah.
That I think that was one of the questions. Like, how do you deal with difficult? I think one of our Q&A questions before was, how do you handle difficult passengers,
Yeah.
or how do you and you handle them
Yeah,
with
with
humor.
I mean, I did that the other day with there was like pile up of people waiting to like move their bag, like get to their row and like stow their bag or whatever. And I was in there trying to rearrange things. And I was like, I'm not getting any skinnier. My trainer hates me, but you could just keep trying to go. You know what I mean? Like you got to keep it moving, guys. Keep it moving.
Right.
And like people laughed and stuff like that because they're listening to everything you say.
Yes.
So I can't just be like, keep moving and like be rude. I got to be like, keep it going.
I was just in my 10 days working.
Mm-hmm.
I worked a 3-day trip that was on an express airplane trip.
Okay.
And it was a disaster.
Really?
Because these small airplanes, their overhead bin space fills up when like 4 people
Super
board.
quick.
Yeah. So I found myself, I was the lead flight attendant up front. So I found myself having to check lots of bags.
Lots
and
of
then
bags.
I was basically behind the wall that Donald Trump wants to build, but on an airplane.
But on all bags.
And
Yeah.
it was just keeping me back.
Yeah.
So I happened to lean into the flight deck and I said, hi, can one of you guys get me a gate agent because I'm basically stuck in the galley. Yeah. And the captain, without even looking at me, says, you can call them. I'm taking a sip of whiskey and I'm looking at your face. Oh, I'm still bitter about it.
I hate.
So, what? Oh, no, the story gets good though. So he goes, you can call them. And I went.
I physically can't.
Well, no.
You giant dick.
All I said was, okay, because I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And then I think that frightened the first officer. Because then he said, oh, Joe, I'll get it. And he jumped up and he ran off the airplane.
Because
and
you were
ran
stuck.
up to the gate and got an agent. And came back down, and then the agent came back down, and she said, "Oh my God, I made an announcement at the gate about this." And I said, "There's 35 bags in front of me now. Yeah. You did not make an announcement."
And you can't leave the airplane.
Right. I can't walk up to the gate.
You're not allowed to physically leave the aircraft with passengers on board.
And I'm not exaggerating when I said.
Did the captain turn around and look at you?
He never turned around.
Oh my God, I'm gonna.
But then when we landed. And we're going to get on to the third question in a minute. But when we landed, he came out and he said, do you need me to get you some coffee?
Oh.
And I thought, he knows he was a D-bag.
Yeah.
And, the first officer
had
jumped
to say,
up, get up and help
Hey,
me
by
out.
the way, he was trapped under like 40 bags.
Dying.
I can't believe you work on little planes, don't you?
This was the first time in like 3 years.
I don't work on little planes.
I like it sometimes.
I don't.
Have you done it?
I've been on. I don't like little planes.
So the answer would be no.
I've been on a little plane once.
No, I mean working on it.
No.
It's
I've
fun.
worked on it once. I've said once.
It was
fun.
once. I like doing express flights sometimes because you get to go to layovers in cities that you might not go to all the time. And that was fun. Like I was in Philadelphia and I was in Cleveland and I was in Charleston.
I was in Bermuda. I've spent a lot of time in Bermuda.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you in Bermuda.
If you can go to Bermuda, go to Bermuda.
I can't go to Bermuda anymore.
I love Bermuda.
I can't go there anymore because they basically banned gay marriage. So now I can't give them my money because they're assholes. Sorry, Bermuda, you're an asshole. Maybe by the time this episode airs, it'll change, and then I'm sorry, Bermuda.
There you go.
Yeah, see how that works?
Look at that. That's very nice of you. That's very big of you.
What's the third? Okay, we need one more question so Linda's happy.
Oh my God, this is okay. We have a few more minutes.
Yeah. Do you have what's another question that you think is the stupidest?
Oh my God.
Was it the stupidest, most annoying question?
The route is a big one.
The route is a big one.
Where are we?
Why are we delayed?
Oh my God. I had a woman rip me a new one because she and I was able to give her a response. Because sometimes we're not allowed to give, like, we can't because we don't know all of the information and stuff like that. But she was so peeved because, we're going to be an hour and a half late. And by the time we get to wherever we're going, the rent-a-car place will not be open. It closes at 10 or whatever it was. Well, unfortunately...
I'm sorry.
The flight before had to return to the gate because somebody was having a heart attack.
But that's not as important as renting my car.
But I get it. So right. I didn't say it to her. I wasn't going to call somebody out like that and do that. But I did have a gentleman come up who I think was in the same row as her because she was still very upset about the rent-a-car. All I can do is apologize. I can apologize. but I'm not going to also make an announcement to the entire plane, be like, we're delayed because somebody had a heart attack and they had to call, medical,
right,
on the last flight and they had to return to the gate. Right. I can't make that announcement.
But people are only concerned about themselves.
Yeah. So when the guy came up to me from that row and he said, "Do you know why we were delayed?" And I said, "Yeah, a woman on the flight before had a heart attack and they had to return to the gate and they had a medical." And he's like, "Oh, wow." I was like, "Yeah, we're people too.
Yeah,
like humans, like that happens. You know what I mean?"
I hate when they ask me. I hate when passengers ask, "Am I gonna miss? Do you think I'm gonna miss my commute?"
Or your connection or stuff like that.
Commute. I'm sorry. Do you think do you think this is gonna make me miss my connection? And I'm like, I don't know.
Because I don't know once we land how long the taxi is going to be. I don't know if we're gonna have a gate, but when we land, I know what we're scheduled for. That I know. And I know if we are delayed, we're delayed 30 minutes, add 30 minutes to that time. Right. I could adjust accordingly. I know if it's a connection on the same airline, like my airline will have a notification and say, okay, well, this flight has 15 connectors to
wherever,
Connecticut. I don't know.
Right.
So those 15 people, they're aware of that at the gate. So if they can hold it, sure, maybe they will be able to.
I usually just say to people like,
check the app.
Download our app.
Download the app.
Go online. When we get to the airport, talk to a gate agent.
Yes. The gate agents are the resource that you need.
Right.
It's hard for us on the aircraft to be able to do much. If there's tight connections, I absolutely will do can everyone sit down?
Oh, I do that all the time.
A flight to, there's 10 people on a flight to DC that have a very tight connection. If you would all mind sitting down, let them come to the forward.
Right.
I'm happy to do that. Happy to do that.
I think it's
especially
important.
when it's a tight connection, not like I have 2 hours and 45 minutes to make connection. No.
Like if you have a tight connection and it's okay to say to the flight attendant, "Hey, I have a tight connection.
I'm a little stressed.
I'm very stressed. Can I move closer up front?
Totally.
Can
if
you
it's not
ask
full,
everyone to stay seated so I can get up front?" And I totally do that.
Yeah.
Well,
wow, that was good. We did 2 questions.
Wow, I love doing 2 questions.
And you talked a lot about anal.
You know what? I'm going to tone the anal down.
Okay.
Until you do it.
Jesus. I'm not going to make an announcement. God.
No, you'll tell me.
Now I'm gonna know everybody I date is gonna be trying to stick it in my butt.
Well, what's gonna happen is everyone that listens to this podcast who works for our airline and then they get on the airplane with you and they're sitting on the jump seat, they're gonna turn to you and say, "So, have you done anal?
Anything new?"
And you're gonna say, "I can't handle this.
I can't.
See what you've started?
This is awful."
I started it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are done today with our Q&A with LJ and Flight Attendant Joe.
On that note,
we're done.
We're done.
Oh my God, come back and see us next week. We love talking for you,
Yay.
to you, and all that stuff.
At you.
No more
with
whiskey.
You. No more whiskey. You're tapped.
I'm tapped. Oh, that's hot.
This is Confessions on the Fly. I'm LJ.
I'm Flight Attendant Joe.
We'll see you next time.
Yay! See you next week.
Bye.